Good morning, and it's sliding into afternoon. Whoop, whoop. That's always an exciting thing. Morning time anyway. It's a little hazy and dark out here. Not sure if it's supposed to rain or not. Not supposed to, but it looks like it. Looks like it got something there. But anyway, today we're going to do something. We're going to work on tulips, and the reason for that is if you've seen the rabbit, what do I call it, decor that I made for my granddaughter with a rabbit and a windmill and tulips. People have asked me how did I make it and so forth and all. So I'm going to start off with the tulips, because the tulips for me were a little bit more challenging than anything else, and it's for a number of reasons, but that's what I'm going to focus on today. So you got Judy Allen here from San Antonio, Texas, and I am at home, and it's much warmer than it is up where I was at. So with that, let's go ahead and get started, and we can go down to hands and learn how to make those tulips for 3D. Here we go. All right, and if you're out there, please be sure to say hello. Just let me know you're out there. I like to be sure to sit up there and answer any questions you have or anything else. All right, just a second. I just messed something up there. I like to be sure. So there we go. All right, no, it was this here that caused the problem. Hi, Jennifer. If any of you guys are out there, and like I said, if you have any questions or anything, be sure to feel free to ask. So what I've done and what you see here is I've already cut out the tulips. And what I'm going to show you is that I've cut it out of different items. These tulips here are actually cut out of cardstock, and you can see where I've already cut them out just to save time. And you're going to see that sort of matters when we go to do this. These tulips here, I wasn't sure what I wanted my tulips to look like, and that's sort of what you get into. Let me just set them over here a second. Is what do you want them to look like color-wise? And there's going to be another reason for that in a minute as well, besides color, because because you want color doesn't mean it's going to necessarily work out. And again, you can see it's just here. Now, I wanted to show you here is not cardstock. It is cardstock, but what I did here is I used a blending brush to create my own color, and I basically just used the ink pad and did a circular motion. And you can see this is where I did it with a damp blending brush, and this one was just with the dry blending brush, just so you can see the different colors. Because depending on what color you want your tulips and desired look you want is what's going to affect it. The other is that I also set up here and I did it on beautiful paper, and I'll show it right here. And this is just beautiful paper. This is marble paper. It's just as pretty on this side as well too. I already made some from this, so I wanted to go ahead and try this today, this color. And then last but not least, I did try some watercolor paper. This is heavier paper, and this is what you see behind here. This is watercolor fluid 100 watercolor paper, and the only main difference between it and the stock right here is this is just a little bit thicker, and again, you're going to see why that may or may not matter on what you're creating in just a moment. But you just have beautiful paper, so I have options, and I chose to go with I'm going to choose to go a little bit different. Now, the only thing is I wanted to show you the cardstock, and the different cardstock is you can see. I'm just going to clean these all off a second. We're going to put some together so you can see the difference, okay? So this here is just from regular cardstock. Once I cut them out, as you can see, they've got a little height to them already. And that is, these when you die cut them, already have a crease to them. And when you glue this together, this is what it looks like. Alright, now when you go and put something on the 3D like this is what I was getting. And I was trying to figure out what else I wanted to do, because it looked really flat to me when I was making my 3D project. I'm going to go ahead and scoot some of this stuff off too. So what I did to help those tulips have a little bit more is you could take a pencil. I think at the time I didn't have a pencil. Today I have my bone folder here with me. But even I just use a pencil or a pen, just something that allowed me to put pressure, and I'll show you the difference. Okay, now see, now when I go to glue this, I would just glue it at the bottom, but look at the difference in the depth. And I'm hoping that you can see that, but at least I'll show you to it so you can see from the top. It gives it a very different look. Now this tulip also allows you to put this in here. So this is just the center of the tulip. And I just die cut everything in one sweep. It just makes it easier, and your die cutting machine will let you do that. This is just a hand one. Now let me show you the difference here. So I got this, and then I can stick this in here if I want this in here as well. And see, I've got a much fuller looking tulip right there, and I just glue them at the bottom. But it makes a difference when you start making it on a 3D item, right? So I put that there so I know what it looks like. Okay, for me, I'm visual on some things. I know what I want, but I have to see what it looks like. And the reason why is I'm going to make a few other tulips. There's another one here, and I'm going to go ahead. This was the one that was the pretty paper. I'm going to actually do it on this side. So I haven't done this side. I've done the lighter side. And again, I'm going to just take my bone folder. I'm looking to see if I have a pen to show you a pen as well too. And everything's going to depend on what color you're wanting your tulips to look like, right? Like I said, you have the crease there already. Okay, so there's my tulip with a colored paper. You can see with the inside. If you wanted to see what it looks like on the outside, this I do this all the time when I create. I just turn it around and see what I'm going to like better. In this particular case, I was using that marble paper. Let's see if I can find the marble size for you. So I have choices here as well. I can put it in this way, or I can flip it back over the other way and just stick it in there. But see, you have choices, so I can either stick it in like that, or I could stick it in with a lighter color. Now this particular cut, when I cut it, you can't really see the variated color on that, but again, you could see how that would look. Again, I didn't seal these down, I didn't glue them down, and many times when I create, I don't until I'm finished, but you can at least see the differences in colors. This one's good. Where are they going, Domi? This one's going to be a little bit more flat in color than this one right here. Okay, when I cut it straight out of paper. Alright, the last one I want to show you here is the ones that I set up here. Let me see if I can find all the components. Here we go. Got some to the side over here. So here's the one that I actually did. And these are, like I said, these are already all scored. So it's not like you're having to do anything. This is the one I did with watercolor. Now see, I flipped it around this way. If you flip it around the other way, just to show you the different looks that you get. Okay. So if you want to do that, you just do both sides. But this is where I sit there, and again, I haven't sit there and done this yet. So let me do this here and use my bumper. This is important to use. If you want the dimension, the height on your 3D project, you're going to have to give some curve to it. As you can see, the paper's curving, and it curved on all of them when I did it. So that's important. Oh, but I see I just broke that one off accidentally. Okay, so note to self. There's a real tiny piece there, and I put too much pressure on it. Alright, that's okay. I don't have that exact one. Alright. So note to self, if you do the real delicate one right there, be sure to sit there and be a little bit more careful than I just did. I didn't think I put that much pressure on it, but you know, the bone folder is a little bit different than using a pen. Alright, and again, I'm just going to fold it. Now this is the one I used the blending brush there, and I set up there and I used it on white cardstock, and you see it's got a different color. Let's see here so you can see this here. Okay, and I would just glue that so it's a little bit further up like that, but you can see the difference in color. And this is what I used in the original little Easter basket that I made for my granddaughter. Let me get to the other flower. This is the one that's a little bit more full. And you know, you can sit up there, and the larger pieces is easier to stick. See, here's your tulip. So you see the sides. Now see, because I didn't do the other side when I did the brush there with the ink. Now again, you're still going to want to take these other pieces here to give it the depth look. Let me find a piece here. And I can even do this piece here. So we can grab one. Okay, just to show you. Because that's really what makes a difference, you know, when you're doing a 3D and putting it on something, is what does it look like when you get through. You know, for those Nana and Zoe will be live Sunday with a new paper pumpkin kit, which is hugs and kisses, right in time for Halloween. Oh, not Halloween. Valentine's Day. I got some peeps that wish it was Halloween. But anyway, now with this, you could stick as much as you want in there. And I think some of them I actually did when I created it because I could. You know, you do things because you can, right? So you can do whatever you want to add in there, but it's all there and you can see. Now, if it doesn't have enough curve, just give it a little bit more curve. But look at how that's going to give you more of a 3D. When you sit up there and you sit there, it's just use a bone folder, a pen, or whatever. Now, when I say that, let me just show you what the bone folder looks like. I mean, the pen does when I look like it. Oops, sorry. That's just my glue. I was going to use my glue. All right, let's see here. I'm not going to do the real tiny one. Okay, so watch here. I can just take a pencil, and that's because it's paper, right? And it's got enough. It's not super thin like your photocopy paper. This is cardstock. This is really in between. This is designer series paper, so it's a little bit thinner than the regular cardstock, but you can see it will bend and give you the dimension and everything and all. And now, this one's actually got color on both sides, which I really like this idea. This is the marbled color paper, and I like it because it does have color on each side because I don't have to color it then, right? And then, see how that is? Look how that is right there. Okay? And then all I'm going to do is I'm going to come here. Now, when I do this with this one, the nice thing about it is I can add as much fullness as I want. If you've ever done floral design, when you've made your own flower arrangements or whatever, it's about filling in all that space, right? So that's what I do. Basically, the same concept when I made the basket. It was like just fill in any space that looked like it looked empty. All right, so again, all I would do is glue the tips of the bottom. You're not going to glue the whole thing so you have your dimension, right? So it's just, you're just going to glue the very tip down there. And again, so I got that there, and then I'm just going to take this, the same thing. I'm just going to take my, now see, that's all I did. Get it whatever shape you want, because I mean, even if you sit there and don't get it right the first time, it doesn't matter. It still is going to allow you. Oh, hi Jinx, and hi Sherry. So you can see it's just going to give it that dimension. All right. So if you guys have any questions, feel free to ask. But again, I'm just going to glue the tips now, just to show you how full it looks. I give you this angle here. Now, if I wanted to sit there and add some more, I could. I could sit there and easily add another one of these. And again, you can see I'm using a pencil just as easily as I would use the bone folder. All right. And again, I could just as easily go in here and fill this up as much as I want. All right. Because basically all we're looking for is what is it going to look like when I make my 3D. Okay. Because you're looking at it. For me, I was looking at putting it on the table or my granddaughter in her room, wherever she wanted it. So we're just looking for the look that you want. And again, you can easily move these around. Make sure I got this so you can see it. You can easily move these around before you glue them down. But once you put the glue on there, it is a little difficult to get it to move around on you. But see how that really fills in nicely when you go and add these in. Now this one you can see I don't really have. It's pretty flat. And I really don't like the flat look. I really like mine to have a little bit more dimension than that. And see, it's not, you can see when I curve it? Let's see if I can get a detail on there. See if I can get a better view for you there. I think you can get the idea. See, it's not flat and straight. If it was flat and straight, you'd be able to see it like right here. See the difference? One's curved and the other's just straight flat. So that will make a difference when you go and tuck these in and see how it looks, and it allows you to add more fullness to it or not. And then we would just sit there and just glue them down and position them however we wanted to. Okay, so that is all I was really wanting to do today, was to show you. I accidentally broke this one off, but it's not the end of the world. It's just an opportunity for creativity. And again, if I was going to glue this, I was going to glue this down anyway. So there it would. I'd still have that, and I would just add my piece. Let's see if I have any more pieces left. This one really looks best if you add, let's see if I can see it here. I'm not seeing it as easily as I thought. There's this shape here. I think it looks like a V shape or a heart shape. These really go well right here in the center, like that, to give it fullness. Granted, I didn't make the shape, but I just want to at least show you. And then you come in and add this other piece back here. Now actually I like this. I like it because this helps give different colors. You know, when I look at flowers, I don't look at them as a solid flat color. But as you can see, I can just easily mix match regular cardstock with what we sit there and did with the brush, the blending brush, to create a color. And I've got various colors. So that's what I would do. I'm just going to give it a little lift there so you can see the little lift there. Now you get to choose when you make yours which colors you want. There's a lot of beautiful colors. You know, tulips come in all different colors. Very beautiful, beautiful colors. And so you have choices. Let me see if I find another one. Here's the one I've already curved. Again, so just so you can see what it looks like. You know, you can vary it any way you want. You can put the lighter on the inside and the darker on the outside, however you choose to do it. So that's the beauty of it. So there you go. There are the tulips that I wanted to show you today. And I wanted to be sure just to show you how they looked on the box. It's not the stems, it's just the tulips themselves. So you can make them any way you want. Depends on what color you want. You know, when I say that, there's various colors. I was just thumbing through colors a minute ago just to see what colors, and you know, it's just whatever you meant. There's some purples. Oh yeah, here's a purple. So you could easily cut that out and put whatever you want in the middle. I'm a lighter color, but if you like dark colors, you know, it wouldn't limit it to anything. Here's like a peach color. There's some darker greens. You know, if you flip it over, you got all these other colors that you can easily just put your tulips wherever you want. I try to get some white on the tip of mine, and you just place your die cut wherever you want. So I hope that helps understand how we sat there and got the tulips made in 3D. So I hope you enjoyed this, and if you did, please follow and share with someone else. It's always about sharing and creating together and then giving it away, right? So I'm going to be making another basket, and I'm going to take you through some of these steps as we go along, and so you can go make your own basket. How about that? All right, so Nana and Zoe on Sunday at 4 p.m. live with a new Hugs and Kisses paper pumpkin. Whoop, whoop. And on Friday, we're going to sit there and open that box for you so you can see what all is in that box and all the beautiful stuff in it. Even I don't know yet because I haven't opened the kit yet. So with that, have a great day. Have a great week. Be blessed. Go out and create and share and give something away there. All right. See you next week. Bye.